I love that I know sign language. It's just so handy. Today I'm bringing you possibly the biggest haul ever, and I say this because after buying all of these, I was seriously contemplating getting psychiatric help, but then I realized I actually don't care and that I regret nothing, so that was just a pointless thought, am I right? I have too many books to physically hold them up, that's how big it is, so I'm just gonna jump into it, and at the end I'll maybe try and like build a fortress to... there's a ton. I got all of these from half-priced books. All of these books were around $100 for all of them, which if you think about it is pretty much buying 5 books on Amazon. 5 or 6 books on Amazon, and I got way more than 5 or 6. So let's just get started. That was a really long intro. I'm like convulsively touching my hair. I need to stop. My dad and I love to go to half-price books because he likes to look for history books that have autographs in them, and I go for obvious reasons. So we went to 5 different locations around the Dallas area and I found all of these. So I got Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I left some of the price tags on, so this was $4.50. Then I got Saving June for $5. I like to creep through people's favorites shelf on Goodreads, so if you're my friend on Goodreads, there's like a huge chance that I've been through your favorites shelf if you have one, and I keep seeing Saving June, so I was gonna buy it online, but then I saw it there and I was like, might as well. Then I got The Sky is Everywhere in paperback. The price tag's not on there anymore. I got Unwind. I got Elsewhere. I got a non-movie cover of My Sister's Keeper, and I have the movie cover right here. I haven't read this book yet. I was really mad that I had a movie cover, but then I saw this, and for I think like $3 I got just a different one. So this one I'm probably gonna end up just reselling to half-price books or something. I got the sequel to City of Bones. From the bestsellers shelf I got 2 books by authors that I recently met. So this is The Goddess Test by Amy Carter and Imaginary Girls by Nova Rensuma. I got 2 more Laurie Halse Anderson books. I got Prom and Fever 1793, and this one is not the typical size of all her other books, so I'm really upset that I got the wrong one, but I think I'll still like it anyway just for the story. Then I got The Iron King, which is the first book in the Iron Fae series, and they had all 4 books there, all for $5 each, and I almost got the whole series just because it was there and so cheap. But I figured if I didn't like this one, I don't want to have the whole series on my hands. Then I got Bruiser, which is another book that I found creeping on people's favorite shelves. I got Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, which is a book that I almost got at Barnes & Noble the other day, along with the things we did, 10 Things We Did and Probably Shouldn't Have. Both of these books I almost bought at Barnes & Noble like a week ago. I found this one for $7 and this one for $4.50, so I got these both a lot less expensive than I would have at Barnes & Noble, and I'm super excited. I keep hearing this one's amazing, and for $7 at a used bookstore, I hope it is. Then I got 20 Boys Summer, which I haven't heard a ton about this, but it's constantly in my recommendations on Goodreads. And then The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, and I finally got more Mitch Albom books. I'm so excited, which is actually a funny story about this one though. I bought this, and then while I was in the car, I opened up the dust cover and a check fell out. And it was a check dated June 4th, 2006. It was $100 to someone's sister, and June 4th is my birthday, so I was like, it was freaky, man, it was freaky. I mean, obviously we're not going to use it or anything, but definitely was a weird coinky-dink. And now for all the hardbacks I got. They're too heavy to hold up because I may or may not have gotten Harry Potter books, and we all know how heavy Harry Potter books are. So here we go. Oopsies, I forgot to show you 2 more paperbacks. I went to the clearance section and got both of these for $1. I got I Tell You I Love You But Then I'd Have to Kill You, which is the first book in whatever series this is. And then I got The Secret Life of Bees, which I hear is really good, but I haven't read. It's classic type of book, I'm not sure, but it was $1 and I've heard it's good, so we're gonna do the thing and buy it. For $1. I mean, come on, you would do it too. Speaking of clearance, let's talk about the best deal I ever have experienced. So I was in the clearance section just browsing through the teen, and you know how in a lot of clearance sections they combine the children's and teens. So half the books there are like Judy Moody and the day she jumped in the pool. That's not even a real book, but I was just browsing and I see the Spines of Bloodlines and I was like, oh, I know that series. I'm currently reading Vampire Academy series, so once I finish that I can just get this. How much is it here for? I pull it out, I see it has a small tear right here and it says $2 and I was like, for $2? Yes. So I get it and I keep looking, then I see another one, which is actually this one, no tear, $1. So hardback book, literally near perfect condition, for $1. $1 make me holla, honey boo boo. So now for the hardbacks I got. I didn't get nearly as many hardbacks as I got paperbacks. I found, okay, I'm so nostalgic right now. I found my favorite childhood book for 99 cents. It's A Corner of the Universe by Anne M. Martin. And I remember as like an 11 or 12-year-old, I loved this book. I would check it out at the library, then a week later re-check it out because I loved it so much. And I haven't read this in forever. I really want to relive it because I'm just gonna get so nostalgic. So I cannot believe I saw this at the store. I instantly grabbed it and was like, Dad, do you see this? Then I got Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, which is actually $10 or $9.50, and that's pretty expensive for a hardback at one of these stores, but I've been wanting to read this book for so long, and I figured even if it is a little bit more expensive than all the other hardbacks, it would be worth it, so I have this in my hands finally. But I saw this Behemoth in the clearance for $1 hardback. I'm so happy. If you can't tell, I love Mitch Albom's work. I bought 2 books of his at these places and I cannot wait to read more of his stuff. He's the best. Okay, this one piece of hair is literally like the death of me. Can we just tuck you away into Neverland? My mother just texted me. Oh! My mom just texted me, I got you chicken nuggers. I love my mom so much. Okay, so I have this thing with chicken nuggets and we call them chicken nuggers because on Tumblr that's like a thing. And every time I talk about chicken nuggets, I call them chicken nuggers. And my mom just texted me, got you chicken nuggers. I love my parents so much. I don't know if I'm more excited that she called them chicken nuggers or that she got me them. I'm just, okay, book haul, focus. Then I got Hilary Duff's book, Elixir? I'm not sure, but literally the reason I got this was because it said Hilary Duff on it, and Hilary Duff was my idol. To this day, if you play her music while I'm in the room, I'll be like, that's my song, Let the Rain Fall Down, and I just break into song and dance, and it is my jam, girl. Enough about Hilary Duff. This has a very stubborn sticker on it underneath the one that they already put on it. So I'm gonna have to pick at that for like 2 months. Maybe? No. See, did nothing. And lastly, I got a copy of the first book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. My friend had tried to make me read this, but I got about 5 chapters into it and was like, I don't like demon hunters. So I gave it back to her, but then I read this lovely concoction, and now I'm like, I might like demon hunters. The hype behind William Herondale has been getting to me, and I don't even know this man, but I kind of want him already. I almost put this back on the shelf instead of this one. Woo! Hashtag needs more sleep. And lastly is something kind of exciting. This is exciting for me for different reasons. It will probably be exciting to you. I got Harry Potter books! And you're probably wondering why I have Deathly Hallows, but we'll get to that later. So I found Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for $10, which is a nice price because it's usually $18. So I picked that up, and this is on my August TBR. Then we went to the huge Half Price Books outlet in Dallas, which is, like I said, huge. And they have like a clearance rack for really, really well-known books. And they have one for Twilight, and they have one for Harry Potter, and they have one for all the huge series, and that's like the place to be because you can get books for so cheap there. For example, I got the second book in the series on Superbuy for $5, which is amazing because this is usually $20. So that's, what, 75% off? And yes, yes, yes. So when I finish Harry Potter, I might read this next. Well, obviously I'm going to read it next. I'm not going to skip it to the third one. And yes, got this on Superbuy. I saved best for last because I'm so freaking excited about this. And I have no reason to be excited about it because I'm not going to be able to read it for like another year. But I got Deathly Hallows for $1. One uno, eins, one buckaroo, one. This is a $35 book, first American edition, for $1. $1. Miracle, and it's pretty much in flawless condition. While we're here, let me complain to you about a thing. There was this other guy browsing the same clearance rack thing that I was at, and he got like 4 Harry Potter books in his arms, like the same, like 2 of each book, and then walked away. I was like, oh cool. He comes back with a cart and starts putting every book in his cart to like resell them or something, and I'm like, I literally had to like step in front of him in his cart and be like, I will take this before you do, thank you. And he literally was eyeing me the whole time I was in that young adult section because he was like, you took my book, girl. So that's why I didn't get any copies of the other books, because I was too shy to be like, and I'll have that one and I'll have that one, because they were all like $5. This was the only one that was $1, but nevertheless I got a ton of books. Like I said, I'm just I'm set until 2014. Hopefully what I already have in my TBR and the rest of this crap will keep me sustained for 6 more months, 5 more months. Whew! That is a lot of books. Realistically, these are all books that I've heard of and that I want to read, and so none of them are like flimsy little, maybe I'll just read it to try it type buys. And I'm so excited for these! Can we have consecutive group hug? Group hug! I love you all! This is the most frightening thing I've ever attempted! Oh my gosh, failure.